Got a two-tongue weight from my hairline to my backbone, and it's dragging me around, but I don't listen. All your critics on red, mind your own business. That's right. And I run red lights. Now watch me fly. Got an angel to my left, devil to my right. We're going down. Hit the road, Jack. Won't come back, no. You can sign me. Lay the devil in my hand, now here's to the cheaters. Hey, 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 all you critics on land. This one's on me, hey. Oh yeah, that's right. Got an angel to my left, devil to my right. We're going down. Little white light, I got these ties. Those who survive know the one more time. Forth and back, just like that. What comes around goes around, my man. Say hey, hey, say hey, hey. Forth and back, and just like that, you're going down for heaven's gate. Devil to my right, we're going down. Got a devil to my left, angel to my right. We're going down.
Target acquired.
Eagle 1, first strike. You have permission to engage the target.
Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
All right. Here we go again with Gun Prattle. We're going to prattle a little bit, that's for sure. Normally I have a guest, and to be honest with you, I've been really busy over the past week doing a bunch of other things, and the guest portion of the program just didn't seem to come together like I wanted to. So I apologize to everyone watching this live and watching this later on the VOD that we don't have a guest. Clover Tack may wander by. He may or may not show up just to hang out and heckle, probably some heckling. But I think it's going to be a good show anyway. I think what we're going to talk about a few things. First of all, I shot a match over the weekend at the Glock store in Nashville, and it was really good. It was a really good match. Not for me. I had problems, and we'll talk about that. But it seemed like it was a really good match for most people, and or most of the people that were there. And I'm on the fence about the indoor matches, and we'll get into that as well. If you give me just 1 minute, I need to refocus the camera. It's a little off, so give me just 1 second. All right, that's better, slightly. Okay, all right. And by the way, guys, I do have this up on both An Unreasonable Man and Gun Prattle. If you happen to be over on the An Unreasonable Man channel, if you would not mind terribly, come on over to the Gun Prattle channel and like and subscribe and all of those things. Go ahead and put the link there and pin it. Oh. And we'll get this show on the road. Now, it's been back from SHOT now a couple of weeks. A lot of videos have come out. A lot of people have been talking about SHOT. A few people have done videos on their experiences at SHOT and whatnot. And I think it's pretty normal, right? While I can't say one way or the other whether SHOT Show is whether SHOT Show this year was better or worse than last year. What I can say is that all right, now that message has been pinned over on the other channel, and there we go. We're back. There we go. Back on Gun Prattle. And all right. Okay, so what are we going to talk about here with the tonight? Well, I have it set up so that if needed, I can swap over and we can all go over to the what is it? It's Kick. I'll go over to Kick and I can handle guns and stuff, and we can talk about what was going on with my guns over the weekend, what guns I used, and ammo and all that kind of thing. We could talk about all of that stuff. It'll be good. So, apologize, guys. This is really, really interesting. All right. Anyway, so let's talk about the match that I did over the weekend. It was at the Glock store. I've shot this PCSL match a few times. It's actually a really good match. The guys that put it on are, they're good at it. They do the USPSA match there, and they do the Glock match. And the nice thing about it is they RO, they have the timers, they have all of the things that you would expect them to have, and it works out really well. So, no big deal there. But their scoring was a little off. I talked to PCSL about it. They talked to Glock Store. Now that's working. That was it was a small thing, but scoring's important when you're trying to do well. And I don't know that I do really well in indoor matches. I want to, just can't seem to do it. I'm going to throw out a video here. I'm going to actually, I think I have all of the video from this past weekend. I believe, maybe. And they're probably here. I think I've got all of them from this past weekend. So we will see which ones are let me preview some backstage. In other news, they just had someone in Canada go crazy. They had a mass, I guess, shooting event. That's nuts. In Canada, of all places. Apparently, once again, we don't want to talk about the actual person doing the shooting. They want to talk about everything else. That's pretty normal. Of course, they've already done just about all the damage they can do in Canada. I don't know what more they expect to be able to do. And, it's pretty crazy overall. So, Sorry, I'm being a little bit off. Trying to get this set up so that I can just show everything. But we'll see. I have a train wreck of a run that I kind of want to show. And I'm not sure that I'm really ready yet. That's not it. All right, here we go. All right, so give me 1 second. I'm going to run this. I'm going to run you guys through this. We don't have a lot of people in here right now. I don't know why, but that's okay. We'll run through this anyway. We're going to break this down, and I'm going to show you guys where I made mistakes, where I could have done better, and where things happen. So to set the stage here, this is a rifle pistol stage, which most of the PCSL stages are. The white targets are rifle targets. The brown targets are pistol targets. I have a malfunction. We're going to talk through this. I'll be stopping the. I'll be talking about what I do well and what I suck at, and you guys can just follow along as best you can, and we'll try and get it. We'll try and get it over there. Try and get it over the hump. All right. Okay. Also, for anybody looking for the for Kita's episode from last week, anybody want to rewatch it or share it out, I'll be editing that and putting it onto the page shortly.
So I tell him you don't want to put it in there. And
So what we're going to do here, guy, you may have seen there's some stripes there on the floor that we start with the toes on those. Looking around to see targets. There goes the chamber flag. You can see right there the tape on the floor where the toes start. Load it, make it ready.
If your friends don't, actually, I should have done my pistol first, but that's all right. Yeah, I got a mag here somewhere. There we go.
And this is
4 stages.
this is a really interesting course.
And the dot's on, so that's a
You're gonna
plus.
see where I really screw up.
Dot's
in just
on,
a
that's a
couple minutes.
plus. All right. All right, let's roll.
Stock on belt.
Stock on belt.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Stand by.
All right, now I'm doing pretty well here. Time wise, been a little quicker. Not awful. Gun control's good. All right, so now I have a malfunction. I'm going to clear that or attempt to. There's a piece of brass that's gotten down in the bolt.
That's unfortunate.
So I take the gun apart on the clock. Have to slam the bolt home. This screws me later. All right, so the bolt is slammed home. I have the brass out. I get the gun back together.
Ah, you bastard.
A little cursing involved. Get the gun back together. Try and seat around. The round will not seat. Because what had happened here, folks, just watch me struggle. All right, now I'm going to throw the gun away and pause. All right. So what happened there, folks, is when I was working to clear the rifle, a round had an actual bullet had gotten jammed into the chamber, and when I yanked it, the bullet actually came apart, leaving the projectile in the throat, right in the ringlands, or not ringlands, but the lands, and now if I had some sense, I probably could have just wiggled it out, but I'm doing stuff. So as I'm trying to seat bullets, you saw me try and seat 2 or 3 bullets there, and I'm just jamming that projectile in there further and further. I was able to look in there and see the copper base of the projectile, and I could have, if I thought about it, I would have taken my knife and tried to just reach in there and pop that out really quick, and I would have saved the run. I mean, it still would have been really slow, but I would have saved the run. But that happens. You got to fight your way through it. You need to have really good idea about what you're, how to handle your firearms. And this was a mistake here. I should have gone through the door last. Kind of a little bit. And see, I should have come back first. And forgot to reload.
Wrong mag.
And it's the wrong mag. There you go.
Results are clear.
And so,
Well, I
so
certainly
there you go.
hope I'm finished.
So that's, again, this is what can happen, when you're doing this stuff, and you can't come apart. You cannot just fall to pieces. You need to have that. You really need to have the have yourself set up. We'll go back to the beginning, watch it again all the way through. I won't pause this time, and we'll go through. There you go. So,
I have a guess of who that is. If your friends aren't getting that.
again, the start of this is not bad.
If your friends don't, actually, I should have done my pistol first,
right.
but that's all right.
Yes, this is obviously a recorded video that I'm fast forwarding and
Only 4 stages.
pausing.
Well, it's going to be 6 stages.
And the dot's on, so that's a plus.
5.
So
Dot's
this
on,
is,
that's a plus. All right.
This is a.
All right, let's roll.
Have the firearm here.
Stock on belt.
If I go over to
Are you ready?
kick, we can
Stand by.
check it out. But it's fine. Yeah, this is a good start. Yeah, the whole system. Again, I'll bring the comment up as well. This is all good. We're all good. Good. Jam.
Uh-oh.
Got a problem. Working the problem. Work the problem.
That's unfortunate.
And so by the way, what I discovered, guy, I said I wasn't going to pause it. What I had discovered is actually a piece of brass had somehow, it might have bounced off of the red dot little flappy cover things that you can kind of see flapping around there once in a while. I'm wondering if a piece of brass didn't bounce off of there and go back in through the ejection port. And there you go. We've got that. Put the gun back together.
Ah, you bastard.
At least try to. That's not bad on the clock.
Oh, no.
And then 1, won't see. 2, won't see. Throw it out. 3, won't see. And fuck it, it's not gonna happen. Throw it away. And again, it's really cool. This is a recorded pistol. What's up, Naomi? Hey, Mikey Ball's gonna raid me. Excellent.
Wrong mag.
That dang Glock mag in there. There we go.
Results are clear.
Now, this was just one.
Well, I
of
certainly
of
hope-
many. I'm going to pull up the others here in a second, but that run right there, actually, that run right there was it was terrible. It was terrible, and it sank the whole match for me. There's just nothing. Yeah, there's just nothing after that one that mattered. Now, I showed this one the other night. This is give me one sec. I'm going to show this one. I showed this one the other night. I think it's pretty good. And we'll go ahead and get it up. Now, this was my third stage. Yeah, you really have when you're going to set out to do things like this, you can't lose your crap when you're working a malfunction. You just got to work the malfunction, get it back, get that gun working, and not screw yourself up. So And then now the other thing here is we have Mike Ball Raiders coming in. Awesome. Good to see all of you guys. And I'm using that's an Alpha Foxtrot 4¼ inch ported. It is a 2011. It's basically a staccato. It's just DLC. All right, so put that back up there. All right, now I've shown you guys some of this one. All right, you guys saw this one the other night. And this
Big old no shoots, man.
This is actually not bad, but this is slow. We're going to talk about what I do right and what I do wrong here. Because there's a few things, like, even though it doesn't look like I screw up, I actually screw this up.
Nick, ready?
So now we're going to load the pistol, obviously. Same pistol, and that is an Alpha Foxtrot 4¼ ported with a that is an Aimpoint Acro on it. So my chamber flag there, just the tip, in case you were wondering.
Alrighty.
Stock on belt.
Stock on belt.
Information about that might be helpful.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
If you want it.
Oh. Oh wait, wrong target.
Because I shot the targets there.
Did that last time.
I don't know why I did that. I just had a minute of brain fade, but I realized instantly I screwed up. I kept moving on it. It looks smooth, but it's really slow. Gone ahead and got into where I was getting at, getting rid of the gun. There goes the gun. I'm on pistol now. Except for I forget a small target, and I have to take a step back, get that small target. That's time wasted. There you go. More. Now this goes really well. I could have gone faster, but that's not bad. That's not bad.
Jump in, looks are clear. Yes, put your hammer down, holster.
All right. And we've already gone through this, so we'll just back up here. So again, the biggest mistake, there were three basic mistakes. The first was, hey, Carney, how you doing? So the first mistake was on that first target. I engaged it, and I knew I was wrong, but and then I re-engaged it, knowing I was wrong, and then I had to go back to the target, and that cost some time, right? So all this is time, and when you're, it is unfortunate, but it is unfortunate, but it's the time matters. We've got to make sure that we get this stuff done. So I thought I had the last stage recorded as well. Let's see. Yeah, I got it right here. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do the last stage. There were only 4 stages. I, for whatever reason, did not record the first stage. What's up, Kronos? How you doing? All right, so let me load this in. Now, I understand if you guys think this looks fast, I get it, but it's really not fast. Okay. All right, so here we go. Once again, I got all my stuff.
Range clear.
Range is clear now. Now, this is the same basic stage, but we're going to do something a little different. You see everybody practicing their dance moves while I'm trying to get ready to go shoot. So as soon as everybody clears,
Charlie.
I get ready.
You're getting sucked into windows. Like you don't have to go up there. I know.
All right, you're going to see the one back here. Yeah, if you're over on an Unreasonable Man, jump on over to Gun Prattle, like, subscribe, do all the things. Really appreciate it. So I'm just sitting here waiting. This is what a lot of this is.
All score. Paste them up.
Yeah.
All right, Jalen, you have 22 Alpha, 14 Charlie, 2 Delta time, 325.
All right, now I'm going to just stand here. Now, this is going to be the same exact target array, but
like to
shot
follow
in a
the
different order. And this one, I could have gone way
Yes,
faster. I
does
just
it back out.
didn't. So,
Don is our shooter. Will is on deck. Olivia's in the hole. David, deep hole.
Cam, I really like the ported pistol, but I got to do some other things. Hey, Carney is awesome. Good to see Carney out there. All right, so finally everybody's coming back. Nagaro's going to come over. He's going to check everything.
Hey, ready.
Hey, it's Hollywood. Everyone's game.
And then, so I'm going to make this ready. Once again, just the tip. I became increasingly suspicious of those rubber flappy things that protect the lenses on the red dot. And I'm going to go over here. I got a pistol.
Oh, I don't have any pistol mags.
And
That would have been
my pistol
exciting.
mags. You guys hear what I just said there? Did you hear what I said?
That would have been like,
Did you hear that? I forgot I had all that time, and I was in the zone so deep, I forgot my damn pistol mag.
that would have been awesome.
Mike.
Yeah, just dry fire the whole stage, man. Just dry fire the
That
whole
would have been
stage.
exciting.
And it would have been exciting.
All right, let's try to do this. It's a little less drama.
All right, there we go.
All right.
Ready.
Yep.
Stand by.
Now you can see that it's really fun. This gun's really good to go for. And I clear the gun just because I can, because I'm fast at it. And here we go. Never mind. Hit that one. All right, got more rifle. I get this one again, just for the hell of it. Guy. And these two. This was really slow. Let's leave this again. This is really, really slow.
Hey, ready.
Hey, it's Hollywood. Everyone's game.
Wait.
Oh, I don't have any pistol. Let's try to do this.
Slow. See? Wasted time. Slow. Faster. Slow. This isn't too slow, but it could have been a little faster. Threw the gun away.
Oh,
There we go. 2 there. 1 there. 2. 2 in that one. 2 in that one. Actually 3. Hit that guy again just on the way down, just for the hell of it. Faster. Did not need to come back to that target. All slow. Nothing but slow. I know it looks cool, but it's nothing but slow. Now, was there anything actually wrong? No. I mean, it was safe. Everything was good, but it was slow. It just was. So, things to work on, obviously, getting in and out of position, moving, and engaging the targets quickly. With PCSL and the white and brown targets, it's just ingrained in my head to not shoot the white targets. Those are no shoots in every other sport. And so almost always, if I'm in a hurry, I just default to skipping those targets, and I need to get better about that. So that was 3 out of the 4 stages from this weekend. For those of you that didn't see it, I'm gonna replay the catastrophic failure stage. Just give me 1 second, where I had the catastrophic failure. that is true, Mikey Balls. But I mean, at this point, I'm actually, you know what? I'm gonna play. I'm not gonna play. I'm gonna play this video so you can hear. Now, this is an interesting type of competition because you do need to have, you need to be fast. But you need to get your hits. Now, we're going to listen to this again. We're going to watch this again. Watch through. All right. This is the third stage of the day. And we're, so. Now we're gonna watch this. We're gonna watch this one.
Alrighty.
This is a good example of how fucking.
Stock on belt.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
So this should be 1, 2.
Oh wait, wrong target.
That should be there.
Did that last time.
That's good. Now move. There we go. All the way in. I should have gone all the way in. There we go. And I should have ended up closer to that, but that's okay. No problem. That in a minute, Smokey. Now here, screw up. I missed a pistol target. I have to go back and get it. Okay, all right. So we're going good, and I should have run. I just strolled. I strolled across there like I was on a. Now we're gonna skip ahead a little bit to where they start scoring. All right, we're gonna clear that rifle. Mag out. Pop the round. Flag it.
It's clear. It's clear.
All right, now you're gonna hear this. I hope you can hear this. You're gonna hear the score.
T-box. T-box. 2 alpha. T-box. T-box.
So when they say T-box, they mean that I've actually put
Charlie.
the
Two Charlie.
rounds in the
2 alpha.
head.
T-box. T-box.
Right here.
T-box.
You see
T-box. Paste them up.
the nose, the nose and the eyebrows form. There were a lot of those. There were a lot of 2 alpha and a lot of T-box. A lot of T-box means I can go faster. Okay? A lot of it means I can go a lot faster. All right, now I'm going to show you guys a train wreck. For those of you who didn't see it, I'm going to show you the massive train wreck that I had. It is, you know, it happens. All right, and I'll walk you through this again. We're just gonna watch it all the way through the first time. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Not slow is just slow.
So I tell them you don't want to put it in there and then like drop your bolt or do it really hard. It doesn't snap. Yeah, you got to jab and let it go.
2 alpha on your back.
Hey, ready?
Someone got you for 2 alpha on your back. The face is that here. I have a guess of who that is.
Now keep in mind, guys, the entire time I'm doing this, there's an RO right behind me. There,
Friends don't. Actually, I should have done my pistol first, but that's all right.
To make sure that I don't do anything stupid or forget where I'm at, or just any of that kind of nonsense.
4 stages.
There we go. All right,
And the dot's on, so that's a plus.
5.
Dot's on, that's a plus. All right. All right, let's roll.
I'm exceedingly casual about this.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
And this starts out really good. Here we go. Good. Good. Run. I'm running. That's good. Small targets far away. Good. That's good. That's good. This is good. Run again. Position. Good. 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 Up.
Uh-oh.
And there we go. So we're going to fix this. This is real time, not slowing it down, not speeding it up. This is real. It's on the clock. Every second means something. Take the gun apart, throw the gun away. What's up, TVT? How you doing, man? Put the gun back together.
Ah, you bastard.
Call it a bastard a few times. That always works. Reinsert mag, try to charge it. Oh, doesn't seek. Get rid of that one. Oh, doesn't seek. Get rid of that one. Throw that out of there. Get rid of all of it. Throw the gun away. because it's clean.
Wrong mag.
Weekend, man.
Results are clear.
Well, I certainly.
All right, so let's
Are you
let's
ready?
go back here. All right, here we go. Into position. There we go. There we go. There we go. Click.
Uh-oh.
Got a problem. Got a problem. Work the problem. Take the gun apart.
That's
Take the gun
unfortunate.
apart. On the clock. Take the gun apart. Gun won't come apart. There we go. You see that? All right. Now you see that hit the ground. That's that piece of brass that had somehow gotten into the bolt and jammed it up. All right. So that's what it. So now we're putting this back together. We'll get everything all lined back
bastard.
up. I don't run a buffer spring detent. Now what's happening here? See, what's happening there is as I let the bolt go home, what's happened is there's a tip of a projectile, the piece that comes out the end, that is stuck in the chamber. So what happened is I went forward. When it very first happened, I hammered the bolt, as you may have seen home. When I did that and then yanked on it, it tore the round apart, and that bullet was lodged just in the lands. It probably wasn't seated very well or whatever. And to address Smoking Spaceman's earlier question, I case gauge all my ammo. It is possible occasionally that they're a little long, and it'll still pass case gauge. But so what's happened here is there's just the projectile is stuck in the lands. So the bullet won't seat. So every time I seat around, it just drives that bullet further into the chamber. And that's a problem. And that's why what you see here is I chamber the round. It doesn't go forward, doesn't go in a battery, so I throw that away. I think, bad round, get rid of all of it, and now we just throw the gun away because it's useless. So again, when you're competing, when you're running around with guns, things happen, right? And you just have to fix it, right? And if you can't fix it, you just have to know when to just say, "Oh, this shit ain't getting fixed," and just roll on. And so that's kind of what I did. It was, it was not a big deal. I could have had it, yeah, but yeah, it was. It didn't shear the projectile. I actually pulled it apart. So if you can picture, a bullet is seated into the brass. And I don't know that this was seated particularly well. It may not have been crimped very well, whatever. But it just came apart. So that was awesome. Cam says, a malfunction that requires any type of takedown, even a small task, not a major multi-step correction, is one of the worst things that happen when you're in the flow of things. That's right. But being able to do it under pressure and being able to do that under pressure on the clock, just say, fuck the clock, we're going to make it work. Being able to do that is important in everything, but especially when you're doing something like this. And, in racing, that was a big deal, right? Like, if it could go wrong, it was probably fucking going to go wrong. And so you just had to fix it, right? Like, don't sweat it, and know when you can't fix it and just roll, right? Just keep rolling. And, so obviously I didn't do well at the match. I probably finished like dead ass last or next to last. The brass did not rip. I can't show you a bullet because we're currently on YouTube, but if you can imagine the way a cartridge is made is you have a brass casing filled with powder, and then a bullet is squeezed into the top of that. And so, it's basically like this. And so what happens is is I think the cartridge was just probably a little long. The bullet was out a little too far, and so when I slammed that bolt home, it dug into the lands. And normally that wouldn't matter because you just shoot it, but because I had to rip the gun apart, it pulled the casing off of because the bullet is stuck in the lands of the chamber, and it pulls it apart, leaving just the bullet in there. And the brass, you saw the brass, the empty brass fall out on the ground, and that should have been my first clue. It just wasn't, and so that's what happened basically, and as near as I can tell. And so all I needed to do was go get my brass rod and just chunk it down the barrel a couple of times, and it popped it right out. It was no problem. So yeah. Uncle Guns, were you watching that, or do you want me to run it again? I'll show you. Yeah, we can go. I'll play it again so you can see the malfunction here. Let me roll it back. All right, so here we go.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Stand by.
All right, now this goes really well. Again, there's some small targets far away. About those. This goes pretty good. That's all right. Good. All right, so the hammer hits.
Uh-oh.
Nothing happens. Now the bolt is not going forward because there's a piece of brass stuck in the back.
That's unfortunate.
So I smack it around, take it apart. I saw the piece of brass come out,
you bastard.
so I thought the brass was the only problem. So I put it all back together, but it now won't seat. And I do it again, it won't seat. So throw that one away. I do it again, won't seat. All right, we'll just get rid of it, and we got it right there. It's like 130. It's not like sub 100 power factor ammo.
Wrong mag.
Results are clear.
Well, I certainly hope I'm
And
finished.
clear, hammer down, holster.
I think I had a squib in that one.
Check the rifle.
Yeah, originally I thought it was a squib, but it was not a squib. So originally I thought what had happened was that it had like didn't have enough power to get out of the barrel. But when I looked at the bullet was just barely in the lance. Honestly, if I thought about it, I could have probably taken my knife and jabbed in there and dug, because I could see the base of the bullet in the chamber. You couldn't hear what I said while the gunfire? That's all right. I don't think I can turn the volume down on the video. Let's see. Nope, can't turn. Yeah, I can. We'll roll it back. All right, so here everything's going well. Wait, let me stop this here. All right, so you see that little flapper that goes over the scope or the optic lenses and protects them. Now, the thing is that the way they hang basically over the ejection cover, and I was wondering if that had anything to do with it, but it doesn't look like it did. Yeah, I had to skip the things. So then we go here now. Now this is where I'm diagnosing
That's
it.
unfortunate.
I don't yet see the stuck bullet. I just think that what I think is a piece of brass has gotten stuck in the rifle. So I saw the brass hit the ground. So I'm like, okay, that was it. That was the problem. Let's just put the gun back together.
Ah, you bastard.
And so now I've got the gun back together, and then I go to seat a magazine. And nope. And I'm just embedding that bullet in there further. So then I just go and throw the gun away. So there we go. So that's yeah. So yeah, basically I had a loosely crimped round come apart in the chamber. So that's basically what happened. Nope, the rifle targets were counted as zeros. So I think they actually just DNF'd me for the stage. So, but yeah. And that's that is unfortunately one of the issues when you choose to shoot a PCC, which is a pistol caliber carbine. Rifles aren't pistols, and shooting pistol ammo in a rifle sometimes has unexpected issues and unexpected consequences. But yeah, it worked out pretty good. It was one of my hand loads. That's why I know it's 130 power factor. And it could have been loaded a little long. I mean, I case gauge them all, but it's possible that one was long, or it got thumped or something and got out. Kind of grew a little bit. But yeah, so it worked out pretty good. Other than that, I mean, they usually work out pretty good. The 130, they are very dialed in loads. I shoot a 124 grain. I shoot 124 grain jacketed hollow point, and they're pretty accurate. What was the small bit that fell out? Oh, that's the buffer. That's the buffer. Yeah, that was a buffer. Huh. Let me give you a new one. I'll give you a new one, Mr. Tack. Got to get the Discord though. Smaller than the buffer. The small thing that came out was the cartridge casing. So Uncle Guns, I actually normally shoot a Colt version PCC. The Glock version was running really good. Yeah, it landed right in front of my foot. Yeah. That was if it's the thing I picked up and put back in the gun is the buffer. Out on Cam the King says, I had a guy trade me 2 Browning SA-22s this week. One was made in Japan, and it was an older gentleman who had them from the 60s. He needed to use my excavator for a week. I think I fared well. Yes, I think you did. I think you did very well. I think you did very, very well. So, yeah, that's a good plan. I like that. I actually just... I have a fair number of Ruger 2245s these days. Yep, I agree that the Colt mags and the Uzi mags that are converted to Colt mags seem to work really well. I mean, I don't have any real problems out of it. But I was using the Glock mag version because it's a newer. I just built it not long ago, and it runs really, really good on. I mean, it'll just run anything. It just doesn't care, and it, as you can see, it doesn't have a lot of recoil. It doesn't really do a whole lot, but go bang and hit targets. What's up, Clover Tack? How are you?
Hey, man.
How are you? How's that, man? I know you're tired. I know you're exhausted. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm tired. Yeah, definitely tired. Yeah.
Yeah. So did you? So anyway, I was just going over this 3 of the stages I ran this week and showing how slow I am.
Yeah, it looked like you had some issues there.
Yeah. So basically, so
Wasn't so much you as it was issues, you know?
yeah, well, I actually that was a really good run I had going. So I tell you what I did is so I normally I shoot a 124 grain precision delta jacketed hollow point. It's my favorite it's my favorite load, it's my favorite bullet. They're stupid accurate. You know, because a jacketed bullet's always more accurate than a plated bullet.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's just, you know, it's just a great bullet to shoot. And the way that they jacketed hollow points are especially accurate because of the way they form them and their sways just are really, really consistent.
Right. Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
really love those bullets. But I have had really good luck out of the latest version of Barry's 124 grain round nose.
Really?
Yeah, but the problem is that
Hollow base or?
no, it's just a standard flat base.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
But because it's a little larger bullet
Uh-huh.
than the jacketed hollow point.
Yeah.
Because it's just a copper plating. It's not
It's plated. Yeah.
copper jacket.
Right.
So I'm thinking what might have happened is when I set my press up from I mean, I've been going into this for, because I'll run down all the little details in my head, but basically what I think happened is when I set my press up for the 124 hollow points, I needed to have changed it for the plated bullets. I probably needed to seat the plated bullets slightly shallow.
Difference in O guys.
Yeah, because of the difference in O guide. That's correct.
Yep.
And it didn't make it. And the thing is it was probably just marginal. But what happened is that since I didn't change it, that when one's long, where normally it doesn't matter if it's a little long, who cares? But when it was long, it was too long. And so what I think happened is it was just a matter of tolerant stacking. It passed the case gauge, but it was just a little too long. And so when it got chambered, and I ripped on it, it pulled the
projectile was stuck in the lands and grooves.
Yes.
Yep. And it pulled the case off.
It pulled the case off, right? And so
fuck me! And then you got powder everywhere. That's nasty.
Well, I mean, the powder it's a flake powder, so it just kind of blows away. But what ended up happening is, so in the video you can hear I'll run it back. We'll run it back one more time.
Well, I mean, you can't get powder down in the fire control group. When you do, that gets hairy. That gets hairy.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. So everything's going good here. Everything's going good here. Click.
Uh-oh.
And I don't know what's happened here, but I saw something when I ripped the bolt back, I saw something in the thing, and it ends up being a piece of brass right there by my foot.
Yep.
And I thought that was the only problem, so I put it back together.
Ah, you bastard.
Well, that's why you said you had a squib. It's because you had a projectile lodged in the chamber or in the lands and grooves.
Won't chamber. Won't chamber again.
Well, no shit. You are.
I'm just done. Fuck it.
It had it chambered, that would have been nasty.
Yeah, but it would have been awful. It'd have been a new barrel.
Yeah.
But so I actually so the thing is that at one point I look down in there and I can see the copper.
Right. Yeah.
Well, let me rephrase. So when I was carrying it back, I looked up and I could see the copper, and I'm like, I could have just if I got my knife down in there, I probably could have popped it out because it just was barely in there.
Yeah.
So,
just enough. Yeah.
Yeah. And of course,
you probably could have pogoed it and it come out.
probably could have if I had thought about it. But of course, every time I was trying to seat around against it, it was just slamming it in there hard.
Yeah.
And so I get so I carry a 1/4 inch brass rod. It's like 16, 18 inches long. And so I just dropped it down the barrel like twice, and it just right out.
Yeah. Knocked it out. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was, but anyway,
Wow.
so it's rough, man. And and so I've never had that happen before. But obviously I honestly thought that the scope cover, those little rubber flappy things, had caused a piece of brass to bounce back into the bolt. I had that happen with a 22.
Yeah.
I was shooting my AR, and it got to where it just went click, but it was a weird click, like kind of like that one where it doesn't have that really metallic sound. And what had happened was that this 22 piece of 22 brass had at some point over the weekend come through the ejection port and was down in the trigger assembly, just bouncing around in there, waiting for the moment when it would take the exact right bounce and lock it down. So, and that happened to me with a piece of 22 brass once. And so when I saw the brass, I was like, okay, problem solved. That's what happened is, just a piece of brass hit the scope cover. It bounced down, it jammed it, and I couldn't get the bolt forward. I was like, that's what happened is this piece of brass jacked everything up. But no, it was, I think the piece of brass was what I had ripped apart.
Now,
So
do you crimp, and do you roll crimp or taper
I used a Lee factory
roll? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I may need to look at that and see if that was how tight I have it set. I loosened it up a little bit because I was there for a little while. I was using powder coated bullets. And too tight a crimp causes those to keyhole. So,
right. Yeah, to create a drag. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like that. So I may need to revisit my crimp.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, it just is what it is. It's actually an example of how just to work the problem on the clock and not just like have a seizure right then and there.
Right.
So,
yeah, you were pretty just calm and went through what you needed to, and
I cursed a lot.
Well, yeah, but understandable.
Uncle Fatty, I've got a 6.5 Creedmoor. It's usually right there, but it's in the shop right now. I have my 6mm arc out. Yes, I will drop the link to the merch. So it's yep. So but yeah, so that just working problems is, you just have to do that. But yeah, Uncle Fatty, I do the 6.5 Creedmoor. I like the 6mm Creedmoor. I like 6mm arc. I've got to load a bunch of 224 Valkyrie up so I can go have some fun with that. I want to go shoot that. But I actually got a new scope in today. Two of them actually. I got 2 new scopes in today. I got a Burris RT6 for my son's new competition rifle. I just built him.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna put one of mine. I had one sitting in the shelf, but it's an older one, and I was like, and Midway had them on sale, and I was like, might as well.
All right. I got it. I would have to go look because at this point, with everything that's going on, I don't even fucking remember what it is. But I got a Gideon red dot in.
Yeah, I need to talk to those Gideon guys. They seem
Meteor, the Valor XL, the Mediator XL, one of the two.
Yeah, I'll have to talk to those guys. But I got in. The other thing I got in was a Bushnell. Now I can't think of what it's called. But it's their
right.
It's like a competition long range competition scope. I forget what the name is. It's a 3 to 12, I think. 3 to 12.
You know, for a very long time, even once Night Force was on the market, more long range competitions was won with Bushnell than anything else.
Yeah, I got to be honest. It's the Bushnell Match Pro is what I have.
Yeah.
It's such a it was a great deal. It has all of the things that I like, and and it just really works, man. It's just it's really a great scope. And but then I forgot I don't actually have any 34 millimeter rings here. I only have 30 millimeter rings. So I have a new scope mount coming, and my boys at Mid South have a sale on primers. I forget whose they are. They're a newer brand. I haven't heard of them, but
so what you're telling me is they're Russian that's coming through some other
Russian, but it would be great if they were. I tell you what, the best primers I've ever used, bar none, were the Wolf.
They're hard though.
No, the copper ones aren't.
The ones I had were.
Yeah, the copper. They have a silver one. They have a copper one. I actually still have some Wolf small pistol primers, and they are great. The Wolf copper small rifle match primers or whatever they call them, with the copper they're copper colored. Man, they are the SDs that you're able to get with those is insane.
Right.
They're just so good. I have some left, and I actually saw the Wolf guy at SHOT, and I was like, "Hey, man, when are you guys going to bring primers back?" And he's like, "Well, we're hoping this year." And I'm like, "Well,
right.
I hope you do too, man."
Right.
But yeah, it was it's something else, man. I really enjoy the reloading almost as much as I do the shooting. I'm going to I may load some tomorrow. I'm trying to decide if I want to go to the range with my son and let him shoot and dial in his new scope and do all of the things that that a young man wants to do with his new rifle.
Right.
Or if I want to go to the indoor range and just shoot pistol. I think he wants to make the move he's been having trouble with the Rock Island 2011, where I don't know if he's limping it or if he is,
very possible.
Yeah. Or if he's, I think he's limping it, but it could be just, that he just doesn't take care of the gun well enough. He's not cleaning it often enough or whatever. And so, I've offered him the option of changing to the Canic TP9 SFX.
Yeah.
And now it's not a metal frame gun. I think he likes the metal frame gun, but the thing is I think he had, of course he's 15 and he's like 6 foot tall. He's got like huge paws. And I'm a little concerned the Canic grip will be a little bit smaller, but with the Canic, I have the snap in and out pieces to be able to make it bigger or smaller what he wants. But so, what's my opinion of the Trijicon AccuPower 4-16 by 50 30 millimeter tube? I mean, anything Trijicon makes for the most part's decent. It's a little overpriced, I think, now. I know for a fact that the Trijicon, the old Trijicon 1-8 was made literally right next to the Burris XTR was XTR 1 to 8, XTR 2 1 to 8, and they were literally made same everything. And
I've got
the Trijicon was like almost $3,000, and the Burris was like $1,100.
I've got an old school late '80s, early '90s ish Trijicon reflex on my FAL. Granted, it's been on the FAL, right? So it's taking a beating. Orange, amber, tritium, and it still glows. It still does. And I mean, you do the math. So what? 30 years old. And tritium, they only guarantee all that shit for about 10 years. It's like 30 years, it's still going.
California and Attorney General Rob Bonta, along with San Francisco Attorney David Choi, have filed a lawsuit that crosses state lines, enforcing California laws on residents and businesses of other states. So they've been trying that for a while, and the reason is because if I live in, say, San Francisco, and I don't like their laws, and I want to own, say, cool guns that are not legal in California, I can't buy the gun in California. I can possess the gun in California. I can't buy the gun in California. So what I do is I go establish a residency in, say, Carson City or Reno or wherever.
Yeah.
And then I just buy whatever I want. There's a reason they literally built the Cabela's like 2 miles from the state line in California.
Right.
I'm just bluntly, there's a reason that story exists, where it does. Like,
yeah.
What does Tahoe need a damn Cabela's for?
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell you, it does a land office business there. I tell you what.
Yeah.
And but I personally know people as a matter of fact, I know a fucking liberal in California who he's a lefty, married to a judge, by the way. And he is one of those guys he's one of those rules for thee and not for me kind of guys, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He is perfectly okay with the laws in California sucking ass, but he can establish residency in Nevada and Reno, and he just goes over to Reno and buys whatever he wants with his Reno with his Nevada driver's license, and so he can get whatever gun he wants, get whatever, and then whatever magazines he wants, whatever everything that can't be mailed to California. Well, why does it matter to him? He just has it mailed to his place in Nevada, right? So that's stupid.
People do that in Jersey with Pennsylvania too.
Yeah, for sure. But it's it's ridiculous, is what it is.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous, and I mean, I used to have, I owned a house in the Bay Area, and I wouldn't say that I ever actually lived there, because I don't think I was ever there more than about 2 weeks at a time. But I definitely had firearms there that were not California legal, but I was never a resident of California.
Right.
So, but I would go to these matches. See, this is actually the reason why California will never change. And I will fight people on this. I will debate them. I will bludgeon them about the head with knowledge that they seem to ignore. And here's the reason California is so hard to change, because all of the people who would support a legitimate law that changes the existing laws just won't do so, because they already have all that they want, and they just don't care. Yeah. They just don't care, because they can get what they need and they can get what they want. And it's like, you go to a USPSA match in at Richmond in California, and you will literally see the most Tangfo stock twos you've ever seen. You will see more CZ, oranges than you've ever. None of these guns are on the register. More Glock 17 long slides, more Glock 34s, which have never, as far as I know, they've never been on the registry in on the roster in California. SIGs, 2011s. 2011's never been on the roster in California, and yet they're everywhere. And it's these people are able to they have so many workarounds in the law that they just don't care. They don't care to change the law. And so you get what you get, where you have these guys with these completely irrational, stupid ass rifles. And then you have worse is you have these cops. And just a few weeks ago, for example, a guy was pulled over and he was arrested because he had 2 AR pistols and some standard capacity magazines. And an off-roster gun. Now, none of that by itself is illegal in California. Okay, the AR pistol is quasi-legal. He needed to have. I couldn't remember. I don't remember if he had the proper grip module on it or whatever. But they were trying that. But the officers were treating them as SBRs, and they are not. They were obviously pistols. They didn't even have. The dude didn't even have the foam stock, the foam tube cover
on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't even have that. And it's a freaking Glock. Everybody's got a Glock. You know, like,
all right.
They seem to grow around here. Like I'll routinely find Glocks I didn't know I owned.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing is with me and Glocks anyway, I run across them and they're so cheap.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, I'm not walking away and not buying that. I mean, a $200 Glock. Yeah, I think I'll take that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. The 17, a 17 or 19 for,
any of them.
Like, I mean, well, I've seen some 17s lately. Now they were obviously they'd had some miles on them and probably sat in the glove compartment for a while, but it's fine. And I've seen them in the I've actually not seen them as low as 200. I've seen them in the 300 to 450 range, pretty regular.
Well, I'm talking more like come into the shop, trade is or somebody looking to get rid of one type thing.
You certainly can't turn that down.
And so it's a no-brainer. It doesn't even matter the model. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna buy it.
Right. That's true. It's true. And so it really, for me, I don't understand. I honestly believe that if the gun owners in California would get off their asses and vote, they would actually overturn the gun laws there.
Yeah.
But they won't. And a lot of it is because they've lost heart, because they have before got really good momentum going, and then the politicians will take it to court, and then they'll get in the 9th district, and then they'll get shut down.
Right.
So, which is happening right now with the California mag ban. I can't tell you how many times it goes into court, and it finally gets in front of Judge Bonita, but whatever his name is.
Bonita, Saint Bonita, or Saint, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not Bonita, it's Saint, what's his name?
It's Judge.
Maybe it is Bonita.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It'll get in front of that, and it'll get in front of the judge. He will quash it, and the DA or just simply refile. And that way the law is in permanent limbo.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Yeah.
So speaking of, I know you like 45 gap. Speaking of things that came into the shop, Springfield XVM in 45 gap.
XDM?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they made an XDM.
I didn't either.
Yes, I had a single stack XDS in 45 gap.
I didn't even know. I didn't either.
I didn't know they made an XDM in 45 gap.
An XDM and 45 gap, man.
You want $200 for it?
We know. I don't remember what. It's not very expensive though. I think maybe 3. I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty rough. The gap game is, but you know the nice thing about 45 gap is you can just turn down 45 ACP brass,
Yeah.
and then you're good to go.
hmm
So I actually really like it. But yeah, so what? I know I know what you've been up to the last little bit, but we hadn't actually talked, and I was kind of wondering about maybe going to NRA, but I need to check
Huh?
it with my
Yeah.
match schedule.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think you were free that weekend.
yeah, I think so.
But I think it was like in between a couple of things.
Yeah, which weekend is that?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
April 17th or something along that lines.
Oh yeah, that's I'm going to be in Texas right before that.
15th, 15th, 16th, 17th, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever that weekend around the mid-teens is.
Mm.
There's no registration is not open yet. I can tell you that because I checked the other day.
Yeah, that's
So
all right.
it'll
Well,
be
I'm still-
sometimes they are not picky at all and shit. And so sometimes they don't even open the registration until like maybe 2 weeks ahead of time,
Mm.
which is aggravating for a lot of folks because they're like, well, what if I don't get in?
Yeah.
And I tried to make all my arrangements and blah blah blah, travel arrangements and whatnot.
Yep.
And then I don't get in. But the thing is, you got any type of presence on the internet, basically, like
Yeah.
you're gonna get in.
Yeah.
It's easy. So
Yeah, I've got I'm going to be I believe the weekend before that I am shooting in Texas at the Texas whatever they call whatever the name of the match is now.
yeah, down in
Texas
Burnett.
State Championship or something like. They have the high they have a great award for high Texan.
Yeah, down in Burnett, right? What you said?
Yeah, burn it. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll be there for that.
Yeah.
I'm still waitlisted for Superstition. I'm really I kind of wish I could figure out whether whether I'm going to get in or I'm not going to get in. And I emailed the person who's responsible for that stuff.
When is it again?
That's Arizona, Mesa.
When? But when?
Oh, March something.
It's in March. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just saying I haven't. I should talk to Randy this week, so I may bounce him out and see if he can pull a string.
Is he part of the Rio Salado gun club or gun scene down there?
Randy Luth? I think so.
Oh yeah. See if he'll see if he'll like do a partial sponsorship and give me a shooter spot. I'll pay him I might even pay him for it because it'd be cool.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna go ahead and warn you, fucker.
Yeah.
You pull a shot show puss out move after I pull a string with Randy Luth, and I'm gonna be pissed. So
No, I will show up to shoot a match.
you better.
I love to shoot, man. I other than just being really slow, I did okay this week. And the gun kind of having that one hiccup, which I don't know. Still really not
Shit happens.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. You saw my cool hat, right?
I did.
Yeah, it's the green one.
It's the green, the OG.
Yeah. Hard to find.
Actually, no, not really. It's the most plentiful, but yeah. The
they're hard to find if you don't have the website, which you're about to.
Well, that's true too. Yeah. Yeah. If you don't know about clovertac.com, then yeah. No, now there is one autographed green one floating around. I can tell you that. One. I've never signed another cap, period. I've only ever signed one. And I don't have any intentions, unless somebody breaks off some serious fucking cash or something, of signing another one. But I signed it for a kid. We were in Tulsa, and a kid comes up, or a family comes up. Well, a man and a wife, and I guess a family, man and wife and their son, and he was a teenager. Apparently watches the channel, or whatever. And I had some caps and stuff there on the table, and we're not allowed to sell anything there, or we weren't when we worked at. But they gave us a table, and we could give stuff away. So we were doing like a sign up, put your email, and we draw stuff, and like a cap. I had caps for that, a few, and I gave him one and signed it that day.
That's awesome.
It's the only one signed in silver. It's the only one.
Yeah. I gotta continue reaching out to people from SHOT Show. It takes a while.
Man, I keep remembering fucking things. The other day rolled around, and I've seen my Luth AR in the rack, and I'm like, fuck, I forgot to get with Chris from Hyperfire about the trigger for that.
Yeah.
Son of a
I gotta
bitch.
call the guys from Rise. They wanted to send me a trigger, and I want to get them on the show, and I've got the Obsidian Arm guys. I got to call them. I got a bunch of phone calls to make. The problem is it's really hard for me to get time to sit down and talk on the phone.
That's what I've got in it. That's what I've got in it now is a Rise. But I want that Hyperfire.
Yeah.
The one with the adjustable pad, 2-stage with the adjustable pad. Straight trigger with the adjustable pad.
I'm gonna buy the new Elf Pro SC with the knob adjustment. So I'm gonna try one of those. I've got to get out. That's why I'm battling with myself about going to the range tomorrow, because I don't think it'll be a good day to get footage. But I do need to, even though I'm not going to shoot. I'm not going to shoot an outdoor match for another 3 or 4 weeks. 3 or 4 weeks goes by quick, and I need to have my rifle 100% sighted in. I'm dialing some different things in. I'm working. I'm always working to reduce recoil. I'm always working to. It just needs to shoot flatter, and if it's not going to shoot flat, I need it to return, so I need the impulse to return it to the exact same spot. I got to do some spring training and some spring testing in my pistols, because again, one of the things is that for most of the year, I'm not going to run the ported Alpha Foxtrot because it puts me in a different class. And so I'll be running the either my standard gun or the Bull, and both of those are not ported. So I guess people don't, I think it's very odd how people don't understand where or how the recoil impulse works and what it does to your hands, and why you are always shooting down or always shooting up, and how to get the gun to where it runs like almost perfectly level. And a lot of that's just spring testing and tuning, and I need to do that, which I can do that on the indoor range. But I have a lot of testing to do, a lot of rounds to get down range, a lot of
well, and the thing is too, you got to get all your tweaking done at least a few days ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be tweaking last minute you want
No.
time
Just happened before.
you want time to practice with. I've had to do that too, mainly with archery stuff, but
Yeah.
where I've literally had to fix something or tweak something, and literally had time to sling a half a dozen arrows, and then because it's dark or whatever, getting dark, and like the next morning is the tournament.
Yeah. Well,
So now,
I
thankfully, it's always worked out, but.
so the way that I ended up with my Burris XTR2 1-8 scope on my 3-gun rifle is I had a Swarovski scope.
Uh-huh.
And nothing against them. They're great scopes, but I understand why people who compete in a rugged sport like 3-gun end up with 2 of them. And I also understand now why they don't sell the Swarovski scope as a competition scope anymore. They sell the Collis, which is their military line
Uh-huh.
of scopes, or Kales. I think it's Collis, but it doesn't matter. Because I only had, I mean, they were back in like 2010 or 11, they were $2,000 or more, and they're like 3,500 today. That's a lot of money for a 1-6 scope. And it was worth it. But again, they break all the time. So, and I couldn't afford 2 of them.
Yeah.
And so it broke. I sent it in. I had a cheap scope while it was gone. It sucked. I had some problems at matches. And I'm going to be honest with you. I had this little Bushnell, going back to Bushnell again, 1-4, first focal plane. Man, I wish I still had it. And I can't tell you how many different rifles I would put that on as a backup scope, and it just never let me down.
Right.
Never had a problem. And but the second time the Swaro broke, I was getting ready to go to Hard as Hell for the first time, and I'd never been there before. But I understood that it was going to be a lot of long range. They were going to be shot. They were literally in the stage, in the match briefing. It literally said, expect shots out to 600 plus yards.
Right.
And I watched the videos of it, and I'm like, shit, this is gonna. I need a scope. And what I wanted was a Leupold Mark V.
Right.
It's a standard military scope. They were about the same price as Swaro, about $2,300, but there weren't any in the reticle that was good for what I was going to use. There were a lot of trimmer 3s and things like that, but
yeah,
I needed just pretty much a standard mill reticle. They didn't have, there weren't any in the country that I could find for sale at that time. Everybody was out of stock, and basically everything that I wanted was out of stock.
Right.
And so the only thing I could find that was like on my list, it was at the bottom of my list, was the Burris XTR2 1-8. And I've had great luck with Burris. I think they're wonderful scopes. I've got a really good story about how I bought one secondhand and they took care of me on it.
Right.
So I had this XTR 1-8. Pardon me. I looked on Brownells, and Brownells had the XTR 1-8 for like $9.99, and it was 10% off or 15% off for my birthday, because it was it was within a week of my birthday when I was ordering it. So I think I paid $830 for it or something.
Wow.
And so, yeah, it's like the deal of the century. Yeah. And I was like, well, I can't get hurt on this. If it breaks, who cares? It got me through the match. I don't care anything about it. I put it on, and I've never not had it on a rifle, because I have beat the living shit out of that scope. It literally has nicks in the housing at the front where I've thrown it in dump barrels. I've thrown it in dump barrels. I've literally spear chucked the thing into vehicles or up on top of roofs, and it just keeps working.
Yeah.
So
I got I got in. I think we might have talked about it at shot, but I got in that badass air rifle that I'm not even sure what the fuck it is. 25 caliber Umarex. It's
You didn't.
complicated.
I knew you were getting it because we talked to the Umarex guy, which that's another guy I need to call.
Yeah, it came in. It came in. I got to get an optic on it. He pulled the optic off, but yeah, PCP
I've heard
25 caliber.
I've heard Hawk has excellent air rifle scopes.
Yeah, I've got it. Well, here's the thing: PCP does not require an air rifle scope. So, I did not know this, but what was interesting is he sent it, and it was like 3 pages of notes in the box, explaining air rifle stuff. Because I'm a noob when it comes to that kind of shit. Like I've got pump air rifles and I got some CO2 things, but like the big badass stuff, like I'm a noob.
Yeah.
I don't have a fucking clue. And he's
right.
Anyway, it said in the paper, he said, yeah, you'll have to get an optic. He said, but PCP, you can use anything on a PCP. So just got to figure out what I'm gonna run on it.
Yeah, so I had yeah, I mean I've got a pretty good
I do have a hawk. My youngest daughter shot a hawk for Rimfire Silhouette. What was that? A 41440 or 41444 maybe?
So the last time I went to shot, the Hawk guy, it was like first time the Hawk guys had been there, and we were like checking out their crossbow scopes and all kinds of stuff. It was awesome, and they've come like a long way.
Yeah.
So
they cannot get their marketing people straight is a fucking problem with like working with them. That's the only deal. I got lucky and got one, and I think it's an LTVO. But I've gotten one scope in from them over the years, but they're like one of, like I told you, they're one of those companies that from show to show, completely different fucking people there. And so it's really hard to make that relationship, have that consistency to be able to do anything. But no, it's good stuff, and I definitely for air rifles in particular and crossbows for that matter, like highly recommended.
Yeah, so at any rate, so I've got to so I build normally I build a new rifle every year for matches, but I didn't shoot very much last year, so the rifle I built last year only has it's probably got less than 7,000 or 8,000 rounds through it, so it's barely it's barely broken in. But, so that'll still be my main rifle, and then I'll just take one of the two. So, and I always build the rifles the same, more or less. I mean, there's different refinements, but
sure.
And so I'll get I've got what I consider the I classify matches, 3-gun matches. I classify into majors, and then I classify those and majors and not majors. Not majors are like just small regional matches, monthly matches, or anything anything around 5 stages and less. That's not a major. And then majors are I break down into like what I consider like actual majors and then base stage majors. And so base stage majors, I'll just take a 16-inch gun or a 14.5 with a pinned flash hider, or not flash hider, but break. And because I'm not going to shoot over 100, 150 yards. And so I don't need the 18-inch gun, right? My volume is low. Well, I'm sorry. The other day I had it turned.
Nobody said shit for hours now, and all of a sudden it's low.
Well, I mean, I think it was probably I turned it down the other day because I was like blowing everybody out, and then,
I just talk really loud, and I don't know. Maybe it's me and these new earbuds. Maybe
I
they're
am also
fucking
talking
loud.
very. I am not talking particularly loud. I'm very relaxed tonight. I'm in my zone. You know, so talking about the things that I like to talk about. So,
Right.
but
Have you played with the drone much?
yeah, dude, the drone is insane.
So, I got out for the first time yesterday, day before yesterday.
Saw the video you posted.
Well, I did that, but I got out and played with controlling it with your hand gestures.
Yeah.
Oh, holy shit, dude!
Mm-hmm,
Like, so for me, I would connect it to the phone, which is still way handier than a big drone. But I would connect it to the phone, and then I would fly it with the phone where I needed to go to be like a tripod, basically, right? At whatever angle I want. And then I would, record, shoot, move it, with the phone. Now I don't even have to use the fucking phone at all. Like I can literally send it up, move it around with my hand gestures where I want it. Like, and I'm done. Like, it's fucking
I'm
awesome.
working on that. I'm actually going to work on that myself and get that squared away. And then I've been using the follow modes.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if maybe it was you. I told this. I was in my house.
It would go through doors and everything.
Dude, it was like there was a flower between us and it went over the flower and came back down. It was crazy.
Yep. So I was at a buddy of mine. He's got a really big automotive shop, multiple bays, multiple offices, all of that. And I took it out there, or I had it with me when I stopped by there Monday, I think it was. And I'm like, here. And so anyway, I had it follow one of his employees. And he was going in and out of different offices and through the bays and through these tires that were stacked up almost like a maze and all kinds of shit. And it was, it would slow down and then it would get in the middle of the door and go through the doorway. And like the old one, the original one, it would fucking crash. It would not do that. So the collision avoidance on it is fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's what I found. That's almost exactly what I found.
Yeah.
Was that
that should work,
not screw it up.
And that should work good with you and barricades. And the only thing is it losing sight of you. You got to be, if you turn a corner too quick or too sharp or something.
Make it go up high and look down rather than be level.
Right.
So that's my plan there.
The higher you put it, the easier to be able to keep track.
Yeah. Helping Hound says he's seen a few guys do a DL44 with a 5.56 AR. That's Han Solo's gun. Yeah. I feel like people would like something not in 5.56 with a 16-inch barrel, maybe 221 Remington Fireball. I mean, I don't
remember who it is. Somebody makes
22 Magnum or 22 long rifle.
Yeah, somebody makes the 22 longs in those. They're not fucking cheap either. But they make them.
Yeah, I wouldn't think they're cheap.
Yeah, the licensing is why, I'm sure.
Yeah. But so we were so the rifles will be good. The shotgun, I'm going to keep using my Beretta. I don't have any problem with it.
Yeah, 1301.
1301, baby. 1301.
Yeah.
Comp. 1301 comp. I need a pro comp, but the problem is all the trap guys buy them like as soon as they become available, they're fucking gone.
Right. Yeah.
I can never find one in the used market either. So it's like I can't buy one in a store. I mean, I guess I could order one and wait, but I hate doing that. So I hate waiting. But yeah, I mean, everything else, I'm gearing up for the competition season. I think it's going to be really good. I think now I'm working, now that I had Kita here last week, I've been looking into a lot of things she said about how how to build, how to work on the draw. My draw has always been good, but I can make it better, so anything I can do to improve. And I'm really trying to improve my movement. I'm actually going to, and I think a lot of people, when you start talking to them about shooting a match or something, what they really start thinking about is, this cool new gun, or, this or that. And I haven't actually bought a new gun for competition this year. I'm just using the same stuff I always had. And none of it's really fancy. As a matter of fact, the gun I use the most doesn't even have the most, it probably has the cheapest scope I have on it. Right. Because I have that Athlon 1-10 on it.
Right.
So, and that Athlon Aries 1-10, I understand the price has gone up since I bought it. And I bought it through the marketing guy at Athlon. So I know I got a deal on it. So, but, I'm working more on just movement, my health, making sure the guns are reliable, making sure that there's no real problem in any of the gear itself. We're going to be talking about belts. I have my gun belt here. I don't know if I can play with my holsters and stuff, but we'll talk. I'll do a separate stream one day about all of the belt gear and everything. And I actually, I've also, because, well, let me finish where I'm going here. So most of what I'm going to be working on preseason, most of this preseason is going to be spent dialing in guns, not actually changing anything, and dialing in me. I'm going to start doing like wind sprints and stuff, and trying to get my movement better, because where I feel like I'm losing the most time is in movement from point A to point B. Now, it's also because I'm indoors, and I don't like, I don't move fast indoors. So,
yeah.
But now one thing that I know you're going to enjoy is I'm in the middle of doing a video about how I'm changing my gear setup for home matches, right? Anything I'm driving to.
Right.
So I've used, like everybody else, just regular gun bags, shooter's bags with pouches and stuff all over the place. And then, you got gun pockets and mag pockets and all this stuff. And I've got, normally, like, going to a 3-gun match was 2 gun bags to support the pistols, 2 rifle bags with rifle, or 2 double rifle bags with rifles, and a shotgun bag with 2 shotguns with all the garbage in it, and 3 ammo boxes. That's a lot. Takes up the whole bed of the truck. By the end of the day, you've got gear from one end of the truck to the other, and you can't find anything when you really need it, right? Like when you just can't walk over and say, well, it's in this bag, but is it in the front pocket or the back pocket? Is it falling down in the very bottom of the bag?
Right.
And so I've decided to use the Milwaukee pack out system. And so the other day I actually printed a, the other day I went out and I was looking in Home Depot and Horror Fright and and Lowe's, just at all of the stuff they have, right? For just all the stuff that carries gear around.
Mm-hmm.
And and then I looked at the DeWalt stuff and the Ryobi stuff and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I settled on the pack out, mainly because there's a lot of 3D printed stuff I can add to it around shooting.
Right.
And so I bought a pack out that has that's the roller base with a slide out deep drawer and a slide out set of 2 drawers that goes on top of that, and then a couple of small boxes that they call slim parts boxes.
Right.
I bought those. I set it all up, and it it is so expensive, but
Yep.
we shot the match with it, and you can see it in the video. It is so easy.
Like $500.
It was like, oh yeah, I was way. I mean, I think it was probably more than that by the time I got everything. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was in $500 range. But it's so easy, man. It's
Yep.
so easy. Like, I 3D printed a 9mm cartridge holder that goes in the top of or goes in one of the slim boxes, holds 460 rounds. Right.
So I was going to ask, how many does that hold? But yeah.
Yeah, it holds like 460 rounds, and they're all individual. You can,
Now, could you double layer that?
You can in the big box. You can.
Yeah.
So you can. So I'm using the slims, but the thick you can
Right.
actually double. So you
Double
can actually do a double pistol and a single rifle setup.
Right.
And so and then I've got the so the way I set it up is I have ammo on the top and one of the slims on top, and then I have the other slim. I have the stuff that you keep that you need at a range, when you're going to shoot a match, like batteries for the shot timer, because they always go bad and you never had the batteries. Multi-tool, oil, just random, the specific Allen wrench that tightens all my belt gear.
Right.
Right. Like just all of the little things,
The stuff, all the things.
the little things that are like, I need that like right now. And so that, so I had all that laid out, and it's all in little bins, and you can just look through the clear cover and see it. Right. And just look down there, and there it is. And so, all right, that's cool. And then in the drawer, then it's 2 drawers, right? And the drawers are like 6 inches deep, and they're the perfect size when I shoot 3-gun to hold 12 gauge shotgun shells.
Oh, nice.
In the box. Yeah. Perfect size for that. So I have, and there's 3, it's like 22 inches wide. So it's divided up into 3s.
Right.
And then you have, so the first one I have like, well, I don't need to go into that much detail, but it's got like parts kit and magazines, and one side I have all of my camera stuff, the mics, the small tripods that twist around things, and so you can put it on a post or something.
Jobbies. Yeah.
I got a couple of those in there. I've got spare batteries, drone batteries, the drone, all of that stuff just sits, it's just perfect. And spare shooting glasses, spare earbuds and ear muffs and ear foamies, and just all of that stuff right in the top drawer where you just pull it out, got everything. And then the drawer under that, I think I'd have to go look, but I think the drawer under that is just magazine, and that's the drawer where the magazines are, and some parts bin stuff, and some holster stuff, right? Like extra mag pouches, extra ELS clips, extra blade tech locks, just
Right.
stuff that you probably will never ever need it, but when you do need it, you need it like right now, brother.
Yeah.
And then and then under that is the one big drawer, and that holds it holds mine and my son's belt gear, all the pistols. It held his pistol, his spare pistol, my spare pistol, and just in regular gun bags, and or pistol rugs or whatever you want to call them. And then it held, and then some more like cleaning stuff, like a roll of paper towels, gun scrubber, just stuff like that. And it's on wheels. Oh, and it has a clip that clips to the side of it that holds my AR9 perfectly, so you can just roll it around, and you just roll it everywhere. You don't have to lift anything. You're not setting anything on the floor. You're not, you know, the top's flat, so you have your own work area, so you're not trying to jostle for table space. And I got to be honest, man, like it was a lot of money. And I was like, I don't know, man, I don't really want to spend that much money on this. But now I'm like, I can't believe I didn't spend this money before.
Right.
And I've tried so many solutions. I've tried the gun buggies that are made out of baby strollers. I have one of those. I've tried the folding carts from Dick's and Sportsman's Warehouse and Harbor Freight and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I've tried all that nonsense. And this thing is just like, it was perfect. It was perfect. So, and I figure that's right up your line, like getting all organized and everything tucked away.
Was once upon a time, and not necessarily so much anymore, but
yeah, I'm doing a video on it. And I'm going to explain. I have where I take the range bag that I take to the just a range bag to go to the range, and I take everything out and I lay it out on a table, and then I show the pack out. I show the pack out and I'm like, okay, then we're going to make this work. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, I've got it organized. I shot a match with it and this is what happened. So, and this is how this works. But, so I'm doing that right now. I think that's going to be really good. Yeah. And I don't know, I got some other ideas for episodes and stuff, but it's really cool to be able to have the drone just in the pack out when it can't get hurt. We can't leave it behind. It doesn't, you know, it's great. Cause that's, you know, I've actually especially with my son, it's like, it's so easy for him just to leave something somewhere.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, but I'm going to configure it for 3-gun. My first actual 3-gun of the match is next month. Oh man, I want to say it's like, I don't know, it's like second week or so. I mean, it's only like 3 weeks away.
Right.
It's not very far away. But what? So I saw the drone footage you put up. So what command are you using to get it to go up and come down over you?
That is rocket.
Rocket. Okay.
And then I've got it set for you've got rocket, and then so each one of those automated modes, there are settings for distance, height, whatever. And so that is the lowest height. And I can't remember what it is, but whatever the lowest is. I can't remember if it's 2 meters or 4 meters. And then and then I turned on the rotation. I can't remember what it's called, if it's helix or rotation or whatever, but there's a setting where it rotates as it goes up and down.
Yeah.
And I've got that set. So in the settings. So yeah.
I got it.
Or you can make it go straight up and straight down if that's what you want to do. Like you can, whatever you want to do.
I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to probably maybe tomorrow. When I get back, I'll play with it and go up and down.
For me, the spotlight.
Live stream with it.
Huh?
Apparently you can live stream with it.
Oh, I'm sure there probably is a way to do it. Yeah. For me, I use the spotlight now for like quick clips and things like that. I'll use different modes for motion and whatever. But the hell, one of the modes is called Dolly, and it's new. Like there's 3 times the amount of modes in that Neo 2 automated modes than there are in the original one. And one of them is called Dolly. And it is cool as shit because it will back up as it's zooming in. And it creates just a very cool shot when it does that. But anyway, I usually use Spotlight, and what Spotlight does is it'll go up and then it'll track you, but it doesn't move. So it's like a tripod, right? And it'll rotate but that's all it'll do is rotate. And what I do now, that's what I'm saying. Now that I can hand gesture and I don't have to manually move that around with the phone, I can just put it in Spotlight and then hand gesture it wherever I want it. It's the same thing as moving a tripod, right? And then it'll follow me. It'll pan left and right to be able to follow me. So
that's awesome.
It simplifies so much. Now the only catch is I haven't played around with it much as far as like trying to talk, like using my mics, trying to talk with it anywhere close because the fucker is loud. And all drones are that way. All drones are loud.
Yeah, but I mean, supposedly it's like way quieter than the Neo.
But I'm going to I've got to play around with the microphone aspect of it and see if I can actually get decent audio talking. Or like with the original, I really couldn't do it. And so all I used it for was B-roll. I didn't use it for any talking scenes.
Well, they were saying that the onboard mic is better. And
well, there's not an onboard mic. It records through your phone mic, but yeah. Yeah, it does.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it does.
Anyway,
No, it does.
The thing I saw.
Just think about it. Think about it. If the drone is like 50 foot from you, how's the mic on it picking up? So it's because it's recording from your phone.
And it's just a matter of the noise reduction.
Yeah. The noise reduction is supposed to be better. Yeah. Definitely.
Uncle Fatty says he's got so much money into pack out systems. Yeah, I mean the sheer number of 3D printed stuff available is crazy. Like I printed a cup holder for it tonight, so that'll snap into the top, and then you just put your cup in it, and then it won't get knocked off or whatever. So that's awesome. I was like, why not? Right.
Right.
So, that's I'm the drone aspect of it is going to be interesting. I don't think having the drone follow me on most stages will be a problem because, as you may have seen, I'm pretty wide open. The only question is that there will be an RO following me, and it would have to get the shot while avoiding the RO. So that would
what you may have to do is you may have to put it in Spotlight where it pans left and right, and then put it up behind the firing line back at the start, and then lift it up where it's looking down.
Yeah.
And then that way it automatically tracks you left and right, but it's high enough that it's getting everything.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So it's out of the way.
Yeah. So
I'm looking forward to, I'm pretty sure I will be able to use it for a range day at GunCon in June. So I'm looking forward to actually bringing it and taking it and using it at an actual range day and seeing what all kind of cool shots I can get and stuff.
Yeah.
So I should be able to, I'll be able to send it down range and of course up high where nobody's going to shoot it, but send it down range and turn it around and do all kind of cool stuff, hopefully.
Sure. Yeah. I think it's going to be good. I'm waiting for I'm waiting to figure it out because I think, especially on the outdoor matches, I think it's going to be unbelievable the footage I can get. So that'll be great. And I'm trying to think. I don't actually. My first match will be March 5th. My first 3-gun match will be March 15th which is next month. So, and hopefully it'll be really good. So. But yeah, man, I'm excited. This is going to be, I think it's going to be a really good year. I'm trying to make sure I get stuff done for the show, which I need to get a hold of the Umarex guy because I think he'll be a really good guest. And I think there's just so many people I want to get on. I need to edit the video that with Kita on because that was a really good show. It just needs to be cut up a little bit and smoothed out. So I need to do that. And it just takes me a long time to do it. I can do it. I'm just, I'm not fast at it. So, which is fine. And then I need to do these episodes where I'm doing in my garage, pre-records. I need to do those, and I need to get better at doing those. So,
Yeah. Right.
But overall, I'm feeling pretty good for like the third week, fourth week, that I've been specifically trying to do this. I think it's going okay.
Yeah.
Well,
you don't have to do any more than, when you're talking about a longer video, one a week is fine, and then, if you do one longer video, one live, and then let's say you do a couple of clips, a couple of shorts, or 3, like, you're fine. That's way more than enough in a week. So you don't have to, contrary to popular belief, you don't have to kill yourself to try to do daily or multi-daily content anymore. Things don't work like that anymore.
How is your battery life on yours? Is it, because most people seem to be getting about somewhere between 12 and 13 minutes?
So on the original one, I got, somewhere around 17 or 18.
Yeah.
This one gets that much or more. It's getting, I would say it's getting 15 pretty easily, getting 15.
15 is great. Yeah, that's fine. I'm only concerned because I watched a couple of, you were talking about new propellers, and then I realized that the propellers on the 2 are different. And then I watched a couple of video testing of various propellers against the factory propellers, and the factory propellers actually won. Like they have better.
Well, they did not,
and they were.
They did not on the original Neo. Those master air screws definitely gave me better battery life. But
that's what
I'll tell you a couple of things. Well, first of all, the Neo 2, there's no master air screws. They're not making them for the Neo 2 yet. But when they do, I will probably try them out. But I can tell you one thing that I have heard is that because it helps increase airflow. So if you're in a place, in a situation where you don't have to really worry about collision, and in your case, if you're just putting it in the air, pointing it down and letting it track, you don't. Taking off the prop guards, the top prop guards, and they said that will increase airflow and it will help with battery life because of that. It'll make it more efficient, right?
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, now I haven't done that, but I'm getting, I'd say, like I said, I'm getting at least 15. I'm getting way more than enough to be able to do the footage I need. I can do a lot of shooting in 15 fucking minutes.
Yeah, and I got the 3 batteries set up, and the wicked charger and all that. So
yeah,
be good.
Yeah, get you a 65 watt plus charger, and or a 65 watt plus because they have them now, battery bank. And high whatever they call it, high amp, whatever. And holy shit, dude, they charge fast. I don't know how fast 3 batteries will charge, 0 to 100, but it's quick. It's way less than an hour for like all 3. And I would say I would be willing to bet it might even be less than 30 minutes.
Yeah.
To do all 3. It don't take long. So if how long does a stage take? It don't take that long, right?
You time out at 180 seconds.
Yeah. So, you send it up, you could do multiple stages on a battery easily.
Yeah. So, I could just make that part of my make ready, right? So you walk up, I have the drone in my hand, I hit the button and let it lift off, and then come back in, and then, make the pistol ready, make the rifle ready, whatever. And then, and then run the course of fire. So it would probably be, say 5 minutes per stage of runtime. So,
well, that gets you 2 to 3, and then you've got, how many stages are there?
Well, on a monthly match, there'll be 4 to 5.
Okay.
And then
yeah. Well, so you're good.
Match is 10, but 10 over 2 days usually.
Oh, over 2 days?
over 2 to 3 days. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have plenty of time to charge in between. So you'd be good with 3 batteries set up.
Yeah. So
You could get the matches easily. You could get the shooting part, courses of fire easily in 2 batteries, and then you'd have a third to fuck around and do whatever you wanted.
Yeah, that was my theory. That's why I was really happy to learn that because I had heard or read somewhere that the battery life was only like 8 minutes or whatever, and I was like, 8 minutes per battery, man, that's gonna be pushing it, And
Nah,
but everything I've seen now is like the minimum. The minimum I've seen is well, I guess it was 12 to 15 minutes. Maybe 12 was the old one, and 15 was a new one. And then like you're saying, you're getting at least 15 out of yours. So.
Yeah, I'd say I'm averaging because you got wind. Wind is what fucks it up probably more than anything because it has to fight the wind. Now the Neo 2 is better at fighting the wind. That's the good thing. But I would say I probably average 15 per flight.
I'm so glad that I accidentally got the Neo 2. Like
and yeah, me too. And then and the what was I going to say? The on the batteries. Oh, it is what it is. So it's not a full size drone that you're going to go up, 200 fucking feet in the air and whatever, like and fly, 5 miles away and bullshit. Like it's not made for that. It's made to put up, take pictures and video of people on the ground, close enough to be able to see what's going on and then bring it back down. So, it doesn't. Because of that, it doesn't really need the battery. Now they do make, because I have looked for accessories and things. I've been keeping an eye out, and they do make a double battery. Now it is a third-party company that does it. It's not a DJI, which worries me because there is a massive amount of electronics in the batteries themselves that interface with the drone, right? And so that worries me, it being third-party. But it is a double capacity battery. But a couple of things that you got to realize with that is, first of all, it costs double the price of a regular battery. So you're really not gaining anything except for extended flight time per battery. And then you got the double weight of the battery.
Yeah.
Right?
Weight would be my biggest issue.
So what does that do for maneuverability or anything? Stability, I think it would be fine. If it's more stationary, I think it would be fine. But if it was a situation where it had to follow you and collision avoidance was running and all that, like I don't know. Like, I don't know how well that added weight is I don't know how it would affect it. So it's like, I'm not interested. Now if they were slightly more expensive than a regular battery, like I might get one and play with it and try it. But not for twice the price.
Yeah, I guess where I'm at with the drone is that it's I actually got my old big drone out, and I was like, I'm not gonna mess with this because it's too hard to set up. It takes too long to put a geo fence up, and then you got to set the GPS. And I was like, this Neo is like so much easier, and it just fits in the box. That pack out is going to be key. The other thing about the pack out that I forgot is, when I take the 2 modules apart, they sit in the back of the truck perfectly to where you can just work out of them in the back of the truck. I don't need so if I'm at a match where I drive from stage to stage, I don't even have to take them out of the truck. They're just right there. Everything's right where I need it. And I got to be honest, man. I'm like, I think this might be like the new deal that people need to get into. And make their lives easier on the range, because I watch people with the wagons. I'm one of them. I have a couple of the little wagons that we run all of our gear with.
Yeah,
they tip over. Your gear gets disorganized in them. It's just not optimal.
Well, that's what I do here, but you got to realize I'm 25 yards from the front door to the range.
Yeah.
So, I've got a wagon, and I just, whatever I need for that filming session, I just throw it in the wagon and go,
Right.
And then I've got boxes out on my range here. I've got at the 75 yard, at the 50 yard, and at the 25 yard. I've got those deck boxes, those weatherproof deck boxes. And so I've got gear, I've got targets, staplers, different gear and stuff. Like extra gear, extra ears, and things like that are and tools that are in each one of those.
Yeah.
So there's a certain amount of stuff that stays out on my range.
Sure.
Sorry, it's all there all the time. So other than guns and ammo and a few other little knickknack things, like I don't really have to put anything in the wagon.
Yeah, I'm right now, as far as I'm concerned, I don't have a home range, and I'm unlikely to have a home range for at least a little while. Sorry, I don't know why literally as soon as I picked my phone up to turn the ringer down, it started beeping.
That's awesome.
But I'm unlikely to have a space for my own range anytime soon, just because of where I would want it. There just isn't anything available right this minute, but I'm always looking. But but I may be able to get, maybe able to, something may come up. You never know.
Right.
But I think for me, there is a place that I can go shoot. There's a private range that I can go shoot at. It's one of my friends has, it's family member, and they have a little small range, and you can set up some stages, mini stage, or you can set up a drill.
Well, that might be good for different content you want to do or something.
Yeah, I think that might be good for content. The other thing is, I think
you don't have to worry about the public. You don't have to worry about other people bothering you. Or, you get in their way, or they getting in yours, right?
Yeah, and I did have a relationship with a couple of ranges where I could go and they would give me a bay, and I would just run it. I could do whatever I wanted to in there. I could set up stages or whatever. I mean, I was a match director at one of the ranges, but I don't know that. First of all, it's always an hour drive each way.
Oh yeah, screw that
every time. And
yeah,
so it's like I commit at least a half a day to going. Right. So get up at 6, be there at 7:30, start filming at 8, and then leave around noon or 1 o'clock, and which isn't bad, but
well, I found out, was it the weekend after we got back, I think it was from shot. I found out that there was a range about 45 minutes from me, and it's been closed for fucking decades probably at this point. At least a decade, if not more than one. But I found out it's opened back up, and not only has it opened back up, it's been all reworked. And they have shotgunning facilities there. That's how it started, with shotgunning facilities. And they have long range out to 1,500 meters.
What's the name of it?
I don't remember. The new name, I don't remember. I think it was called, I want to say it was called the Chicken Ranch, but it may have been the something else ranch. It was something ranch way back in the day, but it's a different name now, but I can't remember what.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I was just kind of curious because there's a lot of, ranges open and close all the time. So I just try and keep track of that stuff.
Yeah, but it's about 45 minutes north of here. So it's too far to do stuff all the time. But I've only got about 300 yards here, so if I wanted to do anything video-wise, that's nice, because up until then, I was pretty much driving to Waco if I wanted to do anything, out 1,000 plus,
Yeah. I don't really, I don't know that I have, I mean, fortunately, the match that's an hour for me, or the facility is about an hour for me. They have 1,000-yard electronic range, so they can
those are nice.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they use like a sonar facility in a box. It's really fucking weird.
Yeah.
Because the target, you don't replace the paper. It's it almost looks like the one that I've seen, it looks like the ones out at Talladega. This is where I've seen them. But the ones they got out there, it almost looks like the safety dartboards.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. It's got the plastic tips, and the target almost looks like one of those dartboards. It's really weird. And then I had one of the RSOs. I was the only one that was on that range at the time, and I was like, man, how does this shit work? And he's like, well, come on, we'll walk down there. And it was not the 1,000-yard; it was like the 500-yard or something. But they got the same targets, the same system on all of them. But we walked down there and looked, and it was fucking neat, dude. It had that, and then, it's open in the back, and, he pulled the panel down, and there was all these, it had like fucking 8 different sensors inside of it. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, it measures through sonar or fucking some kind of shit.
Yeah.
It's able to pinpoint where the projectile actually hit. And I'm like, that's fucking cool.
Yeah. Yep. So
they had to be calibrated, he said. He's like, they do get out of calibration, and we got to calibrate them every now and then.
Yeah. What's your next what's your next test? What are you testing this week?
I have got to get. I don't necessarily test, so. I don't really do that, the whole review thing, but I've got, so I've got this Daria DM22 or TM22 that, it and that Daria D19Z, I've got to play around some more with those. I've got, this air rifle. I got to get a scope on it, do some stuff with it. I've got some ear pro coming. Axel is back in the game, baby. I'm so happy because they went through some corporate bullshit. Again, we talk about that all the time, how the industry does shit like that.
Yep.
I had a great relationship with them, and they did some corporate restructure and went public and some other stuff, and sort of fell off the planet, ghosted me, haven't paid me any of the affiliate commissions in years and whatever. And so I just have been playing around with other ear pro and stuff. And their new marketing gal called me up. I don't remember what day it was. It was just out of the blue. I got a call, and I'm like, I don't recognize that number. And then they left a voicemail. She left a voicemail. I looked at the deal, and it was like, this is Kai with Axel on the new marketing, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, I called her back and kind of told her what was going on. She explained what all had happened with the company and this, that, and the other. And they've got some new products, and they're looking to release. I think she said like they had 6 new releases scheduled for this year. And I'm like, well, that's good, because the whole time I've known them, they've had like 4 products. And
yeah, I remember when they came out and everybody was using them, and I was like, yeah, I don't see the. Well, there were a lot of influencers pushing them, and I was like, I don't see the advantage to them, so I never really got into them.
I like the way that, so I like having some kind of a cord or something that will go around my neck, so that I can take them out. I don't got to worry about losing them, that sort of thing. So I like that aspect. I like the little way the little bendy wire goes over your ear. It holds everything to me more securely. And then, battery life is great. The clarity, just a lot of stuff has been great. And I've had the GS, I've got a pair of the muffs over the ear that are they do not have the Bluetooth. All they are the active electronics. Mm-hmm. And then I've had those. That's one of the very first products they come out with. And then the GSX ones, original GSX, mine are damaged. I think that's them. And it may not be. It may be my GSX2 that's damaged. But anyway, I've had the GSX originals and the 2s, and the 3s are out now. So I've got to do something with those when they get those sent in. Those should be on the way. I've got a side saddle from Mesa Tactical. talking about some of the gear type
Okay.
stuff that's here.
Yeah.
That I've actually already got on my 1100. So it was a Remington. Would not fit my fucking 870. So it's like, okay, I got to do a video talking about how this may not fit your 870. You know, it depends on what kind of a pump, what kind of a forend is on it, basically. But my particular forend comes back too far. That if you mount this on my 870, you can't get the pump back far enough. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I ended up having to put it on that. I think what else I've got. That's kind of the biggie stuff going on. I've got an XI or an IX. XI. I've got an IX, I think, coming from SDS, which is there's kind of their version of a Scorpion. That should be coming. I don't remember what else. I don't know. I don't know shit. Of course, I got one more video Monday. The little range day we did for Tracked Optics or whatever Sunday before SHOT Show. The video on that drops Monday, and then I've only got 3 videos from SHOT basically, and so all those will be done. So I had a little bit of cushion before I had to just get serious about trying to get some content done, other than shorts and articles and posts and things like that. Anyway, but yeah, I got to get on some stuff, and then it will be. What am I thinking? It'll be before you know it. It'll be time for NRA. So have to do that. But I've got 6. So Streamlabs only lets you pre-schedule so many episodes, which kind of sucks. That is true. But I think I've got 6 or 7 or something scheduled out for the podcast so far. So the next 6 or 7 weeks are done. I've got Charlie with High Point this week. I've got Tyler coming on next week. Average debate.
Oh, debate warrior.
Yeah.
Gotta convince him to buy firearms.
Yeah. We're gonna try to educate him on some guns maybe. And then I've got Randy's the next week, and then I've got a guy that invented a electromagnetic buffer system.
Yeah, we met him at.
Yeah, he's coming on. Ryan, and then I've got Eve, who does. She started out like she's being a gun writer, and she's doing some videos and some other stuff now. She's an instructor, so I've got her coming on. And then I've got Meprolite, who is my main ad partner for the next 12 episodes or so. And I think that's what's on the schedule. Oh, and then I've got a guy I met in the smoking area, Glock Triggers, literally glocktriggers.com, coming on. So I think that's everything I got scheduled for the podcast. So I got most all that set up, but yeah, just work, man.
Well, I guess there's nothing really wrong with that.
Yeah. Stay busy. Plenty of stuff to do.
Gotta stay busy.
So, but yeah, I got to kind of figure out. I've got we got NRA in Houston in April, and then somewhere in Ohio, I'm assuming, we've got GunCon in June. So that's the 2 shows coming up anyway.
Yeah,
that's
true.
Looking forward to GunCon. Not so much NRA, but like it's okay.
It's okay.
It's a show. I mean, you get the chance to network and hang out and meet new folks potentially, and there's definitely, if you go to work, you've got opportunity. Opportunity is there. So,
Yeah. Well, I always go to work, so
and
that's
it's
helpful for me.
right, and um, it's in Houston, so that's good.
Yeah.
Even though we got a place at the, what is it, the Hilton or the Hyatt or one of the two, like 2 blocks from there. So we're walking distance, thankfully, but it was a little pricey. But I could have stayed with a cousin of mine, but we it was like probably 20 minutes away. And the last time it was in Houston, we stayed with her, and but she's like 20 minutes away, and then you got to try to pay to park, and it's like, yeah, we're just gonna I'll just get a place right there by the venue. I've gotten to where I like, I stayed on the strip last few shot shows, and and NRA in Atlanta we stayed in one of the NRA hotels, so we were fairly close, and not really close enough to walk, just because of the way Atlanta, where the convention center is at and where all the hotels are.
GunCon's in Atlanta?
No. NRA was last year.
Oh, okay.
But they had buses. That's the thing about Atlanta, is they did run buses, and it literally took 5 minutes. Jump on the bus, and you were there in 5 minutes. So
where's NRA going to be this year again?
Houston.
Yeah.
So and there's quite a few places to stay there pretty close. So
yeah. What was I going to say? So GunCon, where's GunCon going to be?
Ohio. As far as I know, somewhere in Ohio. Definitely not Cleveland. It was in Cleveland last year, and it was kind of, it was like behind the scenes fucked up. Like the people that were there probably didn't know or what was going on, but
right.
So that's what I'm saying. It will not fucking be in Cleveland, but it will be somewhere in Ohio. I just don't know where. Somewhere definitely south of Cleveland. So
okay.
But like I said, I don't know. But
fair enough.
I can't recall, but I talked to him, and he was not too terribly long ago. I don't know, a week or so ago, and he had told me where the town he was looking at, but I can't remember. Wasn't Akron? I think it's like southwest, somewhere like southwest Ohio. But I'm not that familiar with Ohio. So.
Yeah, I mean, Ohio is just an easy drive for me, so it's not that big a deal.
Well, GunCon may be one you want to go to. GunCon is great. It's small.
Is GunCon better than NRA?
I think it probably could be. It just kind of depends on who you are, how you work it, what you plan on doing.
Yeah, so if you've already done shot, is it worthwhile to go to NRA or just
100%? 100% in my opinion. Like shot NRA, GunCon goals, and TriggerCon. Shot NRA goals, TriggerCon 5. Yeah, those 5 are like every year you have to. Like for me. Okay. So NRA is like, first of all, NRA is 3-day. So you've got 3 days. It's considerably smaller than shot. So NRA is going to be about the size maybe of Caesars, maybe a little more.
Yeah, you were basically saying that NRA could and probably should be done in a day. Yeah,
you could probably do it in a day. But then if you hang out, you kind of chill a little bit or whatever. It's a little more laid back and lax. Then you can take 3 days, but you could just come in for a day or something if you wanted. And then, but you've got way more there, way more variety, right? So it's more of a shot show type variety of companies that are there. GunCon is kind of almost an invite only, like kind of like very small.
Mm-hmm.
The deal about GunCon was founded, created by a creator for creators.
Okay.
So there are caveats with the companies, like you will talk to creators, you will spend time, you will come to these events and hang out with the creators. You know what I mean? So it forces the relationships. And so to give you some insight, my range sponsor or range partner, say sponsor, and I hate it when I do that. My range partner for 26 is Daria. And right now, title partner on the podcast is Beprolite. And guess where my relationship started with both of those companies?
At GunCon.
Yeah. Yeah, last year. That's why I said it's small, but the way it is set up and done is great. It's absolutely great. The first year I went, it was in Iowa forever. And the first year I went, you got everybody, there's no names on the badges at all. And he does that on purpose. Like everybody has a different color badge, says GunCon or whatever. Gotcha. And everybody has a different color. Like if you're a vendor, you have a different color. If you're media, you have a different color. If you're support, you have a different color. Security, blah, 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 right?
Right.
And so everybody kind of knows by the color what you are, but they don't know who you are. So it forces the conversation, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Instead of somebody like at SHOT Show looking at the badge, scanning the badge, you know what I mean?
Sure.
It eliminates that. So at the first year, it was crazy because I had commitments that I had to do because I had some mid-roll ad stuff that I had sold for content coming to pay for the trip. GunCon is only one day. It's one range day, and then the next day is a show day. So it's 2 days, one range day, one show day. But anyway, instead of multiple days, right? And so it's range day and then a big dinner get together, and then next day is a show day. Anyway, so show day happens, and but from the time the media was allowed to go in, which is almost pretty much as soon as they start setting up, until the public got in, I had knocked out like all of my commitments. Like that's how easy everybody was to work with and get videos and do things, right? And then the public came in, and there was a couple that I had met that I wanted to try to work them in, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'll go ahead and do some extra. Why not? A couple extra.
Sure.
And so I walk up to the booth, and there's people at the booth, like attendees. And the people are talking to the people at the booth, and I walk up, and he stops talking to the people, the attendees, turns to me, and he goes, "Hey, man," he said, "what do you need?" And I'm like, "Oh, when you get a minute," I said, "I wanted to try to shoot a quick video here with you, And he goes, "Oh, yeah." He said, "You want to do it now?" And I said, "Oh, you got people?" He said, No. He said, "Hang on." He said, "Y'all step back." He said, "Let this gentleman up here." He said, "We're going to do a video right quick. Y'all can watch whatever you want, and then we'll resume our conversation." Like he literally shut down the fucking attendees to do the media stuff. Like that's what type of event that is. It's very media creator centric.
So I noticed, maybe you didn't, maybe you're just immune to it, or maybe it's just, because maybe you just haven't been there as an attendee in a long time. So the last time I was there, now,
I never have.
Okay. So I've been there as an attendee, right? Which means that I was affiliated with somewhere, with the company Thunder Beast. I came in on their dime. I never worked with Thunder Beast. They were just friends of mine from the competition
Right.
industry, and they had an extra ticket and they asked if I wanted to go, and I'm like, yeah, I need to go.
Fuck yeah.
And so, that helped out. It did. And there were a lot of other, competitive shooters that were there that year. And so I went. I didn't really accomplish anything. I didn't, I just kind of walked around. But one of the reasons that I don't feel like I accomplished anything is because, to be honest, it was horrible to get people to talk to me. Because they would look at my badge and it would say attendee and not buyer. Okay. And not media. It was a massive difference when I noticed right away when they would look at me and they'd see media, you could see in a lot of folks just the attitude change. And so that was actually something I really noticed. I never realized, honestly, how many and I also never realized how many content creators are out there who really aren't even trying, right? Like,
oh yeah. You've got, I would say close to half. This is the sad fucking truth. I would say close to half, definitely a third of quote unquote creators that come into an event as media don't do shit. All they do is hang out and visit. That's it. Like, they conduct no business. They set nothing up for the following year. They build no relationships as far as with the industry.
Yeah.
And when I say hang out, they hang out with each other. They don't hang out with the industry, right? And so, and then, but you got to build the relationships to hang out with the industry. That's the other side of that. But anyway, out of the remaining, let's just give it the benefit of the doubt and say that 30%, right? Don't do shit. Out of the remaining 60%, 80% of those, guaranteed, in writing, never fails, are going to fuck that company over when they walk into the booth and they make some kind of agreement and they come to some kind of deal, whether that's sending product or ad rolls or anything else. They're going to get fucked over by 80% of that remaining,
I believe you.
70 every single fucking time. So it's amazing to me that we get that type of response you're talking about. And at the same time, it's very important to understand those numbers, because sometimes they will tell you those numbers. When you have that conversation, I can't tell you the number of times that they go, sometimes, we send stuff out. I'm like, let me stop you right there. Yeah, I said, an 8 out of 10, fuck you over. And they're like, yep. I'm like, I understand. I said, I'm not here to do that.
Yeah.
And so, we at the same time that you do get that response, you also have an uphill battle. And that's where I said, don't get too overly enthusiastic and happy, because you will get let down by getting yeses and having great conversations and other things at SHOT, because they are just in a mode to be friendly and whatever, and they'll make promises that they're not going to keep later on. And I've already run into that with Ely, by the way. The conversations I've had since SHOT on the follow-ups were complete, and with the same guy, with Jordan, completely fucking different. And you were standing there. That was a great conversation, and business
conversation been like?
Business should have happened. So I would have to go through the emails to even fucking remember, but it's been non-productive thus far.
He responded back to me, and he basically just wanted to know, about my channel and stuff. And so I was like, yeah, I could do that. So
Yeah, I don't remember what
I actually
I think he
responded.
did. I think he wanted to know, but see, that irks me because we had that discussion already, and
Yeah.
he's got my information, and he should have already vetted. Like
Mhm.
whenever he got my follow up email, he should have clicked
Hey,
in the little fucking thing in the footer. You
I
know,
don't. I don't want to. I mean, I'm not going to reveal anything like super private, but let me see if I can find it really quick. Stan, just give me one sec. That's on.
but it started something similar like that, and I'm like, hey,
Mhm.
I'm all over the place. Best way is to go to the website, and then that way you can get to the written stuff. You can, you know, you
Yeah.
can poke around because I do a lot of different things, you know. And then it was like, well, we've got the sample pack things, and you know, what are your thoughts? And like, we already had this conversation, motherfucker. Like,
Yeah, but
and
he
I just
probably had a
don't.
bunch of conversations with
I
people.
hear you, but I've been doing this a long time,
Yeah.
and it's we're not really fucking interested.
Yeah.
Like, and that's fine. Um, I would love because I'd love the Ely stuff, but in NRA, I will fucking be approaching SK
Yeah.
because their shit's good too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is. It is. I asked him about the. Of course, I asked him about
You'd have asked
the
about center fire stuff or
yeah,
something, didn't you?
the what he
Yeah,
calls full bore,
yeah.
and he and so I'm trying to just log into this. I apologize. Give me one second. Um, but man, I don't know.
And who knows? I mean, it may pan out. Um, Great American, I think the last day of Great American was today, or maybe it's tomorrow. I don't remember.
Yeah,
So, that's the risk you run with giving it a week and then doing that is you've got some overlap with Great American, and maybe he had to go there. Maybe he's tied up with that. His mind was there. But, that's a possibility.
yeah.
So, we'll see.
Well, yeah,
And there's also this deal where I've had companies before. Like it took me forever because I'm the hugest Streamlight fan there is, and
right,
it took me forever to get in good with Streamlight and get
right.
that relationship solid. Like I got promised and nothing happened, and well, I got shunned and ignored for probably at least a year, if not two. And then from there, it was more of a promises not kept type thing for probably another year, and then it's been, it finally broke loose and started getting some momentum, and now I can get whatever the fuck I want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I get it.
So sometimes it just takes time. Or maybe that's what it is. But then the drawback to that, and that was an issue with Ely. It takes time, and are the people going to be there long enough to have that time? You feel what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because if they switch personnel, then you're starting fucking over from square one. It's somebody that don't know you, whatever. Unless they happen to be, um, moving. They just moved around in the industry, and you know them from somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's always a possibility too, and that's the fun relationships. You talk about some cool shit. There's several that I know that have bounced around 3, 4 different companies over the years. And, they move. Well, when they move, they put me onto their replacement. That way I don't lose any contact there. They also put in a good word for me because when they do that, they make the introduction, which looks good for me. So I'm instantly in good with the replacement. And then they move to this other company, and I've got the in on the new company. So it's beautiful when they do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, I'm almost got to this stupid email. It's taking me forever to get in. I've never actually logged into my email on this computer. So, um, and I've got to go through all of the security
Right.
procedures. So,
But mine started out something like what you're talking about. It was kind of asking about when they started asking about numbers and they started asking about all your social medias and they, after you've done had the conversation with them and shit, that really turns me off. Because
well,
what that does is that
yeah,
tells me that the really good relationships I've got, it's not about that.
right.
And so it really rubs me the wrong way when a company wants to put emphasis on that because I work with so fucking many
Yeah.
that they realize it's irrelevant in this day and age.
So I got a part personal and part form letter. So basically it's like, hey, good morning, hope all is well and you had an enjoyable time in Vegas. Hopefully you got home before all the weather kicked in. Likewise, great meeting you. And then it's then it starts with the do I have any accounts examples online for our team to look at from previous work, podcasts, etc. And then the rest, the chain part of it, or form letter part of it continues with all of our worldwide sponsorships, partnerships.
Yep.
We review these inquiries, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Thank you in advance, blah 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 blah. And so it was like partially personal,
Yeah.
partially.
Yeah, it wasn't a fuck you form letter, but it's that's the thing. It's close enough.
Yeah, it's like,
So, and then them being foreign or whatever as well,
and I really,
that's problematic.
I'm, honestly, what I think is just my personal opinion. What I think I should have done is I should have gone by there the last couple of days and like really like cemented that because he was obviously far more.
Probably because that was first day one.
It was for I
First
thought
of the
about
day.
it later too. I was
Yeah.
when I got that letter,
That's true.
I was like, you know what I did is he was, I got him first day and I stood out, but I didn't lock it in. And so he probably was like, yeah, I kind of remember that guy.
I'll tell you, there's merit to that now that you say it. There's merit to that because last day Friday, assuming that the person you need to talk to is still there.
Yeah.
A lot of times they're not on
I'm
Friday.
pretty sure he was still there. I think we walked by the booth
But the number of on Fridays, the number of deals that end up panning out and being really good deals typically happen on Friday.
right.
And it's usually with companies that I didn't even talk to any of the other days, or maybe wasn't even on my radar,
Right.
which is interesting.
Well, I mean, I went by Phoenix Trinity. I finally found them, and my buddy James Gill was there, and I knew, I knew like 5 people. I probably knew 3 out of the 5 or 6 people that were standing in that booth, and I was like, hey, and they all remembered me, and they're like, hey, what are you doing now? And we started talking, and I got Gil's going to come on the show. His new, whatever she is, probably not wife yet, but I think she'll come on the show. The guy behind Phoenix Trinity was not there, but they're like, hey, we'll tell him all about, we'll try and get him on the show for you. I think he'd really like that. And so, and some of this is like, I have to wonder how many, these guys just, just get overwhelmed with all these people and I just don't know. So I'm trying to I'm cross-linking, right? Like, so I met the owner of Desert Tech, Nick. And, there's a lot of buzz about Desert Tech rifles. Everybody wants to know about them. They've got that weird double mag kind of, or, quadro mag for the AR or AR mag. So anyway, whatever. And, and he's like, super opinionated guy, all that. And I know Craig Outson, who works for him. And Craig and I had probably a 30-minute conversation and about Craig coming on the show. And so now I'm like, I reached out and I didn't get anything back from Nick at all. I didn't even get a, hey, fuck you letter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, what happened is he probably got 100 emails.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he absolutely did.
And he just didn't bother. He just either hasn't worked through them or I didn't stand out enough in the headline to because I basically just said shot show follow up.
Well,
and so what I'll do is I'll get Craig. I'll call Craig. I'll be like, hey man, next, I send email to Nick, and if you could just mention it to him, and just I don't want you to bug him or anything, but just we're trying to make something happen here. And I think Craig will really be into it. And but I've barely scratched the number of calls and emails I need to make.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's another reason that it's for me. It's important to make the multiple shows. Is because you do run the risk of slipping through the cracks because of just a flood of emails they've gotten or whatever. Sure. But they see you at another show. They don't see none of them other motherfuckers. They remember you. You have another conversation there. And then because there's less media, less creators at some, these other shows, then they do get your email. They do follow up. Shit does start to fucking happen. So there's that dynamic as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think I got enough at least halfway commitments at shot that I think I'm okay, but I'd really like to get, get a little more. And I'm not even asking for anything, like I don't even care if they send me stuff right now, but I mean, it'd be cool, but
yeah, you're just looking for guests, man. It's that should be a no-brainer for them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I asked Ely specifically. I wanted to try some of their ammo and kind of run a comparison between my hand loads versus their 130 power factor ammo. So, but yeah, it's going to be cool. I think I'm going to end it. I think, I'm ready to go to bed and get up tomorrow and do a bunch of stuff with guns.
Yeah.
And, but it was good talking to you. You weren't on when I ran through all of the videos, but for the people who have been here since the beginning, all 5 of you, hey, thanks for hanging out. It's been cool. I hope you enjoyed the videos. I'll try and do match breakdown videos. And if you shoot a match and you want your video broken down in the most brutally honest fashion ever, feel free, send it over. I will do so. I will make it happen. And in the meantime, I'm going to do some pre-record video. The pack out thing, I'm really excited about doing that. I think a lot of people have questions about how to manage their gear, especially when they start doing 3-gun or something like that. And I will also start doing some 1-gun and 2-gun content as well. So we'll be looking for that. And it's just the editing. I sit down to edit it, and it just takes me so long to make something that I think is good. Maybe I'm just being too much of a perfectionist. Maybe I'm just
done is better than none.
Some is better than none is probably the words I need to live by. But I really appreciate everybody dropping by. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, do all the things for Gun Prattle. I know that most of you guys are hanging out over on An Unreasonable Man, but do it over on Gun Prattle so that I can get this channel built up. And then, of course, go to Kick, Gun Prattle TV. Go join and follow it, Kick. I didn't run on Kick tonight. To do that, I'm still figuring out how to make all of this work, but I'll figure it out. So, and in the meantime, guys, just have a great rest of your evening and enjoy all the things that are being cool and going on. And hey, thanks for coming on, Clover Attack. I know you got a lot going on, and much like me, you probably want to hit the sack right about now.
Fixing to, yeah, y'all be good.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you later. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you soon.